Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. Message Bible, God spoke, "Let us make human beings in our image. Make them reflecting our nature, so they can be responsible for the fish in the sea, the birds in the air, the cattle, and yes, earth itself, and every animal that moves on the face of the earth." God created human beings. He created them godlike, reflecting God's or His nature. He created them male and female, self-explanatory. God blessed them. Prosper, reproduce, fill the earth, take charge, be responsible for fish in the sea, birds in the air, for every living thing that moves on the face of the earth. Genesis chapter 1 is filled with a revelation that forms a basis for a magnificent truth that we need to know. It's a truth the Apostle Peter emphasizes under Holy Spirit supervision and inspiration thousands of years later. It's a message we've got to understand for the ecclesia to fulfill its assignment. It's a message that changes most everything about life. It has changed me. It's changed the way I think. It's changed the way I act. It's a message that defines Christianity and defines the new birth. It's amazing how many people have given their heart to Christ and become born again ones, but they don't have any definition as to what that means except they're now going to heaven. It's a message that defines purpose. It's a message that explains how that you can be who you really, really are. It's a message hell has done its best to see that believers not understand, because when it is understood, it reveals the leadership of hell as being indeed forever losers. We are told that man, made in the image, the likeness of God, was given dominion on the earth. It was God's plan for human beings to have authority and to reign with Him on the earth. Genesis chapter 1, verse 28, New King James reads, "Then God blessed them, and God said to them, Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it. Have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves on the earth." He gives them what we today call the dominion mandate. Here's the earth. Now be its steward. Be responsible for running it. Psalms 115 and verse 18, the Message Bible tells us, "The heaven of heavens was made for God to run, but He puts us, man, in charge of the earth." God says, here's the earth. Now subdue it, tame it, rule it, have dominion, be in charge. You govern it. Genesis chapter 1 also gives us the vital truth that words are seeds. I talked about that just a few weeks ago. God said in Genesis 1, 11 and 12, Darby's translation from the Hebrew text, the original language or text, God said, "Let the earth cause grass to spring up, herb producing seed, fruit trees yielding fruit after their kind, the seed of which is in them on the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, herb producing seed after its kind, the trees yielding fruit, the seed of which is in them after their kind. And God saw that it was good. So it says the seed is in them, and that seed will produce after its kind. In other words, it will produce what it is. It will produce the inner code in the seed. That's what's going to be produced. It will produce the DNA of the seed determines what is produced. In an apple seed, there is a DNA that when it grows from the seed, it will become an apple tree. It never varies. It's a law in perpetuity. Orange seeds are always going to produce oranges. It's in the seed, in the code or DNA of the seed. So God taught man from the beginning that words are seeds. What is decreed is what is produced. And God reveals that in creation itself, saying, be, and what he said be, became. Trees be, those words produced after their kind. Animals be, those word seeds produce what was declared, like a seed produces what it is. He tells his people in Isaiah 51 and verse 16, I have put my words in your mouth, that I may plant the heavens and lay foundations into the earth. Words are seeds. With them, God's people can plant things in heavenly realms, in earth realms, or in spirit realms. Word seeds germinate and they grow. Word seeds planted properly produce or reproduce themselves. They are latent beginnings of what can grow to fullness when believed and when acted on. Word seed decrees have the innate ability inside of themselves to produce what the word is, what they say, what they are. They are seeds that grow, releasing the inner code to produce what they are. Now, of course, the fall of man interrupted this awesome principle from functioning as God desired. But Jesus came to redeem us and also restore this awesome principle.